What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another showdown breakdown for tonight's Monday Night Football battle between the Seattle Seahawks and its San Francisco 49ers, courtesy of Osmo.com. Tonight, we have ourselves a key NFC West battle between two teams, one of whom are deeply affected by some injuries. We're going to talk about all the finer points as we go, but let's keep some positive energy in the air. And right now, please hit that like button. And also comment the guy I think is going to break tonight's slate down below. There's going to be a lot of options, including some cheap guys who could go off. So let me know what you're seeing after you hit that like button down below. But as always, we've got no time to waste here in the showdown breakdown, so let's get right to it, starting with the quarterbacks and Russell Wilson in a matchup at San Francisco, in which there are 20.5 implied points for Seattle. Wilson has operated at an extremely high level with a 68% completion rate, 7.5% passing TD rate, and a low 0.3% interception rate, but he faces a tough San Francisco defense that allows just 138.1 passing yards per game. San Francisco brings a big 32% pressure rate that could allow Wilson to create leverage with his movement, but he'll find tough coverage outside that makes him hard to see as a captain, but likely still worth a regular roster spot. And on the other side, we've got Jimmy Garoppolo in this matchup versus Seattle, in which there are 26.5 implied points for San Francisco. Garoppolo comes off his best fantasy game of his career to face a Seattle defense that allows 278 passing yards per game, but their high 30% blitz rate could cause him to make mistakes under pressure. The high team total gives Garoppolo upside, but his price is also extremely high given his projections, and the iffy ceiling is shown when not in pristine conditions, with a 3.1% interception rate, only 28 attempts per game, and now George Kittle doubtful to play today. And now onto a very appealing group of players in this Monday Night Football game, the running backs, starting with Chris Carson in this matchup at San Francisco. Carson may be a better option than the pass game given the attention that San Francisco will pay to Wilson relative to their poor 60 run defense grade from PFF, and Carson's solid 22 touch per game workload. Carson could suffer if the game script features an early San Francisco lead, but as long as Seattle keeps it competitive, Carson could thrive as a captain or regular play with the 4.7 yards per rush that San Francisco allows. And on the other side, you've got Tevin Coleman and Matt Breida in the matchup versus Seattle. Coleman remains a more appealing option with far more red zone work, with 3.5 red zone rushes per game and the first crack at touches overall, but Breida remains a cheaper pivot with more elusiveness and breakaway ability. San Francisco has one of the league's highest rush rates with runs 56% of the time, so it seems likely at least one of these guys will end up in the winning lineup, with a slight risk that Seattle loads up the box and tries to make Jimmy Garoppolo beat them. And now into our next group, the receivers, starting with Seattle's receivers at San Francisco. Tyler Lockett runs 75% of the routes out of the slot, a better situation for him than DK Metcalf on the outside, but it's still a tough matchup overall, even with his 8 targets per game given his high price. At the same time, DK Metcalf and the debuting Josh Gordon will find tougher matchups outside going against San Francisco's elite defense, so Lockett still seems worth paying up for, with some additional logic to the lineups that fade the core wide receivers and include guys like Jacob Hollister or David Moore. And on the other side, you have San Francisco's receivers versus Seattle. George Kittle's doubtful status will put more onus on guys like Emmanuel Sanders and Deebo Samuel to make plays, with Sanders running the most routes by far, followed by Samuel, Kittle backup Ross Dwelley, Kendrick Bourne, and Dante Pettis in that order. Ross Dwelley could be valuable given his low price and San Francisco's tight end usage, but there's opportunity for any of these guys to seize Kittle's vacant 7 targets per game, with only Sanders taking a significant target share right now. And now into our last group, the defenses and the kickers, starting with San Francisco's defense versus Seattle. The Niners defense is filthy with a 12% sack rate and a 21% pass deflection rate. They could be worth some exposure in lineups that assume a debacle of a game for Seattle on the road. And on the other side, Seattle's defense at San Francisco looks a bit less appealing. Garoppolo's 3.1% interception rate is above league average, and the likely absence of George Kittle will make his life a bit harder, but Seattle has not been nearly good enough to expect much from them on the road. The kickers could be very important in tonight's matchup as well. Jason Myers projects as a worse value in Osmo's projections, but he could benefit from San Francisco's stout red zone defense that allows 3.1 points per red zone visit if Wilson and company move the ball then stall out. Chase McLaughlin projects as better value according to Osmo, filling in for the doubtful Robbie Gould, and the game does seem like one where playing 2 kickers could be viable to free up salary. So there you have it, that's what I'm seeing so far for what could be a tough Monday Night Football game between the Seahawks and the Niners, so right now please hit that like button, and also comment your slate breaker for tonight's showdown slate down below. And if you'd like some more data at your fingertips for this showdown slate, you can also use this promo code SWITCHANDHEDGE to get both ownership projections and player projections for the Monday Night Football showdown slate. Go to osmo.com/join and use that promo code right now. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. There are no days off for me this NFL and NBA overlap season, so you have tons of content for me to check out. So go see what I'm up to, including my personal podcast on my pinned tweet right now on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. I'll be back on Thursday for another showdown breakdown, so tune in then. Of course, hit that like button and comment your slate breaker before you go. And I'll see you guys again very soon, so enjoy tonight's game and good luck.